the beginning.
The biggest lawsuit facing the president-elect are actually three, all surrounding his Trump University. 2 class action suits in California, one $40 million lawsuit filed by New York's Attorney General, all basically alleging the same thing.
Trump University.
Trump's real estate university wasn't a university. Trump's handpicked real estate experts weren't handpicked by Trump. And as exposed by a CNN report, Trump's so-called real estate experts, like top Trump seminar instructor James Harris, weren't really real estate experts at all.
Do you remember when you said this? I'm a former licensed agent broker. At 29, I became the top 1% broker in the country. I build homes in Atlanta, Georgia, and I used to live in Beverly Hills.
Yes. If I said those things, they are true. I did live in Beverly Hills, and
We have no record of you ever living in Beverly Hills.
Okay, well.
We can't find your broker's license anywhere.
Okay.
And I have no idea what homes you built in Atlanta, Georgia. You build homes in Georgia?
I'm not prepared to answer those questions today.
Last week in San Diego, federal judge Gonzalo Curiel urged both sides in the first class action lawsuit to settle the matter, given the fact Trump's about to become president. Instead, Trump's attorneys filed a motion to delay the actual trial until Trump becomes president. Political attorney Stephen Kaufman says the real strategy may be to delay the suit even beyond that.
Who knows what's going to happen once he takes office after January 20th that might further prevent him from participating in the trial and allowing his attorneys to conduct the trial at that point in time. So I would imagine a delay at this point would lead to further delays once he becomes president.
But the lawsuits against his school are just the beginning. There are dozens of lawsuits pending against Trump, and some filed by Trump, like the 2 restaurants that decided they wouldn't open in Trump's new old post office hotel in Washington after Trump made disparaging comments about Mexicans. Trump's suing them. They're suing Trump. Then there's the Republican consultant suing because she claims tweets calling her a real dummy ruined her reputation. Some Trump protesters are suing Trump, claiming his security team at Trump Tower assaulted them last year. His companies face suits involving sexual harassment allegations, golf membership battles, and even a fight over tips at a hotel. All of this going on at the same time. The president-elect is trying to form a cabinet, set a political agenda, and, oh yeah, turn over his entire business empire to his kids. Earlier this year, Trump's personal attorney, Alan Garten, told us he had already begun that task, and it wasn't going to be easy.
There's real issues there that have to be addressed.
Because legally, I don't think he can run the Trump organization while president of the United States, correct?
Yeah, I can't go into the details. There's obviously a lot of intelligent people who are working on these issues.
It is a lot to handle, which is why Stephen Kaufman thinks Trump should move to settle any lawsuits pending, and certainly not file any new ones. No lawsuit against the New York Times, no lawsuit against women who've accused him of sexual harassment.
If I was his lawyer, I would suggest he stay away from the courtroom as far as possible. I can't imagine any good would come out of testimony given in a court of law about the actions of the President of the United States.